Shalom, Kahalo Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them, that taught us this truth, and shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word and truth, and in sincerity, the hopeful tabernacle of David. All right, so I just wanted to touch on, since today is Tuesday, the so-called Trump arrest and the distraction and whatever is really going on in the situation. Because last week he himself put the rumor out that he was going to be arrested today. So here's today. Now what's being said. So first we're going to read, which is a very pertinent precept aligning with whatever we see going on today. Jeremiah 51 and 46, let's read it in the King James. And lest your heart be faint, and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land, a rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, ruler against ruler. Now that's pretty appropriate for today. All right, so let's read that in the NIV. Don't lose your heart or be afraid when rumors are heard in the land. One rumor comes this year, another the next, rumors of violence in the land and of ruler against ruler. Let's read the NLT. Wait, let's go down here, Salakia. And I'm just kind of going in the spirit. I did line some videos up though. Let's see. Good news. Do not lose courage or be afraid of the rumors you hear. Every year a different rumor spreads, rumors of violence in the land and of one king fighting another. All right? All right. Let's read the NLT. But do not panic. Do not be afraid when you hear the first rumor of approaching forces. For rumors will keep coming year by year. Violence will erupt in the land as the leaders fight against each other. Okay, now we know Trump also made calls for, to his constituents, to his base, to do what? And it's going to be a short video, but just want to point some things out. Today is supposed to be the day. Let's see. Let's read what Dabu. But 85% of respondents polled on Donald Trump's own Truth Social website think protesting against his arrest would be risking a January 6th style setup, despite Trump himself telling them to go out and demonstrate. So that's, it goes right back to the scripture, right? Rumors of violence in the land. The New York Police Department is preparing for civil disorder should the Manhattan District Attorney's Office order the arrest of former President Donald Trump. Okay. The NYPD has ordered the mobilization of 700 riot police and has erected steel barricades around Manhattan Criminal Court in preparation for the potential grand jury indictment. Okay, so this is supposed to be for today. Did they walk this back? Is it going to happen today? Is this rumor in the land? All right, so let's watch a little bit of this. Dabu 7, yesterday, honeypot. Most Trump backers say DA protest is a trap. NYPD mobilizes 700 cops, erects barricades.
This is Dabu 7. We now have a majority of Trump supporters, over 85% that have responded to this poll on Trump's own Truth Social website, saying that they think that this whole protest about him getting arrested is a trap. And it doesn't bode well for Trump that when you look back at J6, all the people that participated and that are sitting in jail are still sitting in there. And not a single person got any help from Trump. not a dime, to help get them out. And that's what many are saying right now in terms of this event. Do you want to go protest this, get thrown in jail, where they throw away the key, and Trump isn't going to come to your rescue? And what would make you think he's going to when he hasn't for the people that are still sitting in there? So a lot of people seeing this for what it is, in my opinion. Him asking people to go protest, protest, protest. And people are looking around like, no. Even the people that plan to vote for him, they're like, no, this isn't happening. We've seen what happened last time. Some find it very odd what is going on here. Well, the Democrats obviously want to pin him to the floor in this left-right paradigm if you're falling for it. And if they can hem him up on any charges through the mainstream media that they control, they're going to sit there and say that he doesn't have a chance of this or that and lie through their teeth like they always do and get away with it right up to election time. So this is definitely going to stir the pot, this honeypot in itself. NYPD mobilizing over 700 riot cops in the streets, preparing for this. They are putting up this metal fencing, which is cheap and isn't going to do anything. This stupid little metal fence that you see here is what they're erecting around the Manhattan DA's office. Maybe there's plans that it gets torched. People break down the barricade. I would be on the lookout for a staged event from hell connected with this. If any individuals do show up and start doing anything, are they going to be in all black with their faces covered? Well, pay attention. I would have cameras rolling on this one to expose anything for what it really is when it goes down, straight up. Shouldn't have to deal with all these shenanigans, but this is where we're at in America in 2023. And it's only going to get crazier from here. One thing for sure is there's no grassroots true protests in this country. None. And it seems more and more like these type of events are scaring people back in a way from going out and participating in real events. Well, a real event is a real event, folks. It's not a honeypot. You have to be able to differentiate between the two. And something like this, of this magnitude, has become rather obvious. So we're still waiting for the real patriots, for the real militias, to take to the streets here in America. Or are you just going to sit there in fear forever? It's time to rise. Truly it is. But not into no honeypot.
All right, strong words from Dabu. Let's get that in Jeremiah. It says, violence will erupt in the land as the leaders fight against each other. All right, let's back up and let's go. When you heard the first rumor, not of approaching forces, let's see, or be afraid when rumors are heard in the land. One rumor comes this year, another the next. Okay, so let's get that. Let's go back here. Because last year, they were talking about, let's see, Trump on track to be indicted in 2022. Okay. Can Trump be indicted in 2022? Yes, history shows how. These are old vids. Okay. Hear what Trump says will happen if he's indicted. This is nothing new. And these charges go back to something real instead of what they're calling trumped up charges, right? Play on words, but this goes back to the documents being held at Mar-a-Lago. One of them does, and then the other one goes back to January 6th, which are actual, the so-called insurrection on January 6th that this guy called out. And he's basically doing the same thing now, but this is about him paying off a prostitute or what, something that really doesn't mean anything. So is this just what? Is this a distraction? Okay. Let's see. Possible latest after arrest claims. Let's see. Let's watch one of these, a short one. Let's watch this. Without a bunch of commercials. Let's see. Here we go. Bear with me.
Say that in an interview with Hugh Hewitt, saying he had this blanket declassification. They have not argued. Donald Trump's lawyers have never argued in court that he declassified these documents. The former president himself did say that in an interview with Hugh Hewitt, saying he had this blanket declassification. They have not argued that in court, where if it were true, we would think that would be a pretty powerful argument to make to a judge about.
Okay, so let's examine this real quick. This is CNN 6 months ago, which puts you in 2022. September 16th, 2022. Okay. Now, this is dealing with documents that are classified or declassified, something of actual merit, if you will. Okay. But nevertheless, 2022, that's 1 year, right? Let's go back and see. Okay. Jeremiah 51:46, do not lose heart or be afraid when rumors are heard in the land. One rumor comes this year, that would be 2022, another the next. This is 2023, a whole different set of circumstances, right? Rumors of violence in the land. Well, what are they saying they're going to do? If he gets arrested, we're going to tear shit up. That's violence in the land. Of ruler against ruler. Let's look for that. Yeah, let's get the violence and then the ruler against ruler, and we'll go ahead and close up. This is this. Trump calling on supporters to protest. This is the violence in the land. What happened the last time he called upon his constituents at January 6th, whether it was real or not, right? People died and it was a violent reaction one way or the other. Let's look at that.
New York City police officers began to set up barricades near the downtown courthouse complex this morning, where former President Trump could possibly appear for an indictment by the district attorney, and protests are expected. Trump posted to social media on Saturday that he expects to be arrested tomorrow by Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg. And with that, the 2024 presidential candidate called on his supporters for help in a way that reminded many people of January 6th. On social media, he wrote, "We must save America. Protest, protest, protest." The Manhattan DA is investigating alleged hush money payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels prior to the 2016 election.
Let's read that real quick. He basically said the same thing on January 6th. Protest, protest, take our country back type. Okay, so I'm not quite sure the date on this. It's time we are a nation in steep decline, being led into World War III by a crooked politician. Who's that? That Joe Biden, who doesn't even know he's alive. So that's ruler against ruler right there. But who is surrounded by evil and sinister people who, based on their actions on defunding the police, destroying our military, open borders, no voter ID, inflation, raising taxes, and much more, can only hate our now failing USA. We just can't allow this anymore. They're killing our nation as we sit back and watch. We must save America. Protest, protest, protest. Okay, so that's a dog whistle. Not even a dog whistle. That's an open clarion call, if you will, to the MAGAs, right? Which is basically a gang that did whatever January 6th was or wasn't, and they're trepidatious right now, as they should be, about how to approach whatever this is. But going back, okay, violence will erupt in the land as leaders fight rumors of violence in the land, and of ruler against ruler. So let's go back and get that. That was a shot by a crooked politician, right? Let's go back. What is this? Okay. This today, okay. Politicians respond to Trump arrest. These are rulers. This is the vice president. He's a ruler. Okay, and what is he saying? We'll look at this. This goes back to, this might be January 6th. This is ruler against ruler. So is this just a big dog and pony show? If nothing happens today, then what did they accomplish? Right? Maybe they had plans to pull this off and make it look the way they wanted it to. But then, as they examined the situation going back to last week, they're like, oh, this is probably not a good idea. So it might not happen today. It might happen some other time. Of course, there's a commercial. Bear with me as we get beyond the Grey Goose commercial. All right, here we go. Take it back to the top here. Bear with me. All right, here we go. This is, take a look at this. Donald Trump mocks Joe Biden. That's ruler against ruler with gaffe video. This 5 months ago. So this might not be at, yeah, this is in Mesa, Arizona. So this is not January 6th, but basically, ruler against ruler. All right.
Biden can't speak clearly. He can't think clearly. So he tells law enforcement, you got to do something about this guy, Trump. He's killing me. Take a look at this. You'll see. Just take a look. You're not even going to believe it.
How would you say your mental focus is?
Oh, it's focused. I haven't, look.
Let's get ready to bumble!
I think it's a right for people that bad to keep there. True international effort to pressure. God, oh my Lord, I can't believe I said that. America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys.
Wait.
All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
It holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway. We went for two reasons. One, to come on, man. The guy who runs that outfit over there. I've had a couple questions. But the nature, not.
You get the idea. I'm gonna skip out. Joe's gotta go. You get the idea. So, I mean, all the world is a stage, right? What else do we have here?
Now, I want to share a story with you, and this is actually an...
Slovakia. This is going everywhere. All right. So, back to Jeremiah. I guess we'll end on this. You see it all. Do not lose heart. Jeremiah 51:46. Do not lose heart or be afraid when rumors are heard in the land. One rumor comes this year, another next. Rumors of violence in the land and of ruler against ruler. So we say this. We see this clearly. All right? But what is it? Okay? This is 2 Corinthians. 2. It will end. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. In order that Satan should not outwit us, for we are not ignorant. Let's get ignorant here. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So this is a device. Okay? What do you mean suddenly it's not going to happen? Right? Suddenly, you riled everybody out. You got fencing and you got the troops. How many troops? 700 cops. And now you're standing it down. He's not going to be indicted today. What's going on? All right, 2 Corinthians. Let's look at it in the NIV. In order that Satan might not outwit us, for we are not unaware of his schemes. So that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes. We know that whatever this whole thing was, it was a distraction. You might have wanted to try to start civil war, which is in your pocket. That has been outed. Right? All you got to do is rile up the MAGAs. Oh, you're gonna put your boy in jail. No, where's the one at Mar-a-Lago? Okay. Trump supporters gather at Mar-a-Lago. Where's that? Let's do that real quick on the way out. Trump supporters gather at Mar-a-Lago. This might go back 52 minutes. Trump supporters gather near Mar-a-Lago as possible indictment looms. This is today, 52 minutes ago. 13 minutes ago, Trump supporters gather near Mar-a-Lago ahead of possible indictment. This is all today. 2 days ago, Trump supporters appear outside Mar-a-Lago. So, I mean, what's intended? Look at the trucks and the flags. 14 minutes. Supporters of former President Donald Trump gather near his Mar-a-Lago home. Okay? This is 7 months ago. Crowds gather outside Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home following word of FBI raid. Okay? So, anytime they want to distract, right? What do? They pull the Trump card. Right? That might be the title of this video. So with that, we hope that the electorate edify you, brothers and sisters. With that, we can say shalom.